Hello everyone. I wanted to share my story for two reasons. My story of my 16-week pregnancy, and 2 weeks ago we lost our son. Two reasons I wanted to share my story. One is just to connect with the other women who have lost children, to let you know that I understand how you feel and to sympathize with what you're going through, what we're all going through. And two, to kind of see if anybody can relate to my story. I feel that my story is just a little bit different, and I'll try to make it short. It's such a long story. But anyway, I was 16 weeks pregnant. Everything was going fine. Baby was progressing very well. No complications or anything. Then, week 15, toward the end of the week, going into week 16, it was a Saturday night. I started to have lower abdominal pain. And, this is my first pregnancy, so I really didn't know what to expect. So that was a Saturday night. Got through Sunday, went to church and everything. But the pain was kind of, it was just a little crampy. So Monday morning I called my doctor. They squeezed me in and, were able to see me. My doctor said, my cervix was fine. Cervix was thick, wasn't thinning or anything. And he just said it was probably round ligament pain. So told me to take a Tylenol and keep it moving pretty much. But as the days went on, the pain increasingly got worse. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit because I don't have as much time. Or maybe I'll just do it in two parts. I don't know. Wednesday, the pain, it increasingly got worse as the days went on. I called my doctor again. He said he wanted me to go to labor and delivery and have them check me for kidney stones. So, I'm researching everything on the internet, trying to figure out what's going on with my body. So I went to the hospital. They did all this blood work. I had to give a urine sample. They did an ultrasound, and that was the day that I found out it was a boy, so I was super excited. And basically my doctor came in a few hours later and was like, well, all your tests came back fine. I think your bowels are obstructed. And I thought that was very strange because I never had problems with my bowels, never had problems with constipation or anything. So he told me to take a laxative and a stool softener or whatever. So went to the store, got laxatives. Thursday came, everything had gotten so much worse. The pain had gotten so bad. So I went to the ER. I kind of explained to the ER doctor what had been going on throughout the week. He didn't do any kind of test, no ultrasounds or nothing. He just kind of seems like he just took my word for it. They gave me an enema, told me to take more laxative. So I'm using the bathroom all this time, but I hadn't been eating much because I had just been in so much pain. So I couldn't even take the laxative. I was throwing it up. So Friday rolled around, and the pain was so bad. The cramping was so bad, and I just sensed that something wasn't right. So I had gone to the bathroom and I noticed just a small amount of blood. It wasn't even anything that I would have thought as a red flag, because it was just, kind of dark blood. And but I called the labor and delivery anyway and asked the lady. I told the nurse that I've been having bad cramping and whatever, and that I've seen a little bit of blood in my urine. So she said, well, it sounds like you're trying to miscarry. You probably need to go to the emergency room. So I'm on, I'm thinking, I'm not miscarrying, like I'm 16 weeks pregnant. I thought I was safe, in the clear. I made it through the first trimester. So anyway, I went to the emergency room, and the pain was so bad. The cramping was so intense. It just felt like menstrual cramps times 5,000. I finally get, back in the emergency room. They do all these tests. They end up, giving me some pain medicine because I was in so much pain. And now I know that I was having contractions. My husband said that he started to time, how my pain went, because it would be a peak of pain. Then it would just kind of mellow out. He said it was like every 2.5 minutes. So the doctor did a vaginal exam, they did a rectal exam, they put a catheter in me. Just so much going on. And shortly after the doctor finished doing the vaginal exam, I didn't know it then, but I know now that my water broke. And so I stood up, and I didn't know. I'm asking the nurse, like, what's going on? Am I peeing or what? She just kind of brushed it off. The doctor had said, well, it looks like you're trying to miscarry, and there's just not a whole lot we can do. And so me and my husband are kind of like, we just didn't really want to receive that. We're Christians and we believe in Christ, and so we were just kind of praying. But I was just still really nervous. So anyway, by this time it's like 4 in the morning. He gave me a prescription for all this medication, with just Lortab and some other medications. And we went home we went to get the prescription filled. Got home about 5 a.m. in the morning, and I went to the bathroom, and the baby came out in the toilet. And I was devastated. So we called the paramedics, and they took us to the hospital. We took the baby. And I didn't find out until the next week that I have a fibroid. So we're thinking that that's what caused the fibroid. The fibroid has gotten very large. It's about 13 centimeters. But I didn't know all along that I had a fibroid, and my doctor said that he thought he told me, but he didn't. I had no idea. I feel like this whole situation could have been avoided had I known what had happened, what was going on in my body. But it's been 2 weeks, and I'm kind of dealing with it every day, and it's hard, very emotional. Not something anybody can prepare you for. So I just wanted to tell everybody who has gone through this or had just experienced it as I did that I understand the pain you feel. And we just have to take it one day at a time. Yeah, so I hope my story helps somebody. And maybe I'll start these blogs as therapy for me, because I'm sure I need it. But hopefully this helps someone. And if someone has a similar story, I guess that would make me feel a little bit better to know that somebody has the same exact story, because I feel like my story is so different. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Excuse the way I look. It's like 1:37 in the morning. I haven't been able to sleep too good, so I'm just up. But anyway, I just wanted to share my story, and I hope that this helped some lady or some woman or some young girl out there who had possibly been through the same thing